What does Allah say in the Quran? وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Never does a person come with taqwa. And taqwa, my brothers and my sisters, doesn't necessarily only mean fear. The English language doesn't give the Arabic language true justice. It doesn't. Fear is only a part of what taqwa means. As Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, he defined what taqwa is. He said, هو أن تجعل بينك وبين ما تخافه وقاية تقيه منه. Is that you place between yourself and also that brings about, to place between yourself and also that which you are fearful of, a shield. What is this shield? And what is it that which we are scared of? We are scared of the anger of Allah Azza wa Jal, right? And this shield is فعل الطاعات واجتناب المنهيات. To do what Allah Azza wa Jal told you to do and to stay away from the things Allah told you to stay away from. My brothers and my sisters, it's times like when you are under your blanket and the shaitan is calling you to put on that which is haram, and you have the phone right next to you. You know, before they had the Dell computers, right, with the big back. Sah? Very big computers that they would place in the living room. If you wanted to do haram, you have to keep looking at the door. Sah wala la? And the moment you hear, a little crack of the door, هذا هو. And today, my brothers and my sisters, we have these phones that one has under his blanket. It is at the tip of one's fingers to go and put it in that website or in Google, and that shayateen is going to come up, and the fawahish. It's times like that, my brothers and my sisters, if a person turns away and he ignores the whispers of the shaitan and he يغلب الشيطان, he overcomes him. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. And Allah will provide for him for where he doesn't expect. Doors start opening. It is maybe because of a moment like that. And just remember, if the shaitan gets the better of you, in that moment, you may have wasted an opportunity of Allah Azza wa Jal opening doors for you. Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, مَا عُصِيَ اللَّهُ بِشَيْءٍ إِلَّا ابْتَلَاهُ اللَّهُ بِهِ. Never does a person disobey Allah Azza wa Jal with something except that He's going to trial him with that. Then he says, مَا عُصِيَ اللَّهُ بِمَالٍ إِلَّا ابْتَلَاهُ اللَّهُ بِهِ. You disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with your wealth, He is going to trial you with it. Then he says, مَا عُصِيَ اللَّهُ بِجَاهٍ إِلَّا ابْتَلَاهُ اللَّهُ بِهِ. Never does a person disobey Allah Azza wa Jal with the position that Allah gave him, except He's going to trial him with it. There's people that Allah Azza wa Jal gives them a very high position, whether it might be somebody of religious status, but then he violates it. And then later on Allah Azza wa Jal exposes his sins in the public. And I really don't believe, my brothers and my sisters, when this happens, that it is the first time. And I was just telling the brother when he was outside, As-Sittir min Asma'illahi Azza wa Jal, right? That Allah Azza wa Jal, He conceals and hides the sins of His ibad. But some people, my brothers and my sisters, if Allah Azza wa Jal, He covered his sins the first time or the second time, he thinks to himself, I got away with it, let me try and get away with it again. And Allah Azza wa Jal exposes him in the public. Point of the matter is, the sins that we commit, my brothers and my sisters, could have a direct impact on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does with our wealth. And I've seen some of our parents really complain. She goes, I've invested in him, I give him all the money, I have no money left, and still he comes out like this. Said to Hoyo, Auntie, how can you complain about what your child is doing when you have been doing it for the last 20 years? Wallahi, I told some parents, Gil keme shumaro, gurba' kumara. Wherever the camel goes, the kids are going to go the same direction. That money that you are getting through haram means it's just going to go down the drain. And he's just doing the exact same thing. But he's doing it better than you. He's making more money than you. It's exactly the same. Tomato, tomorrow. That's how the Americans say it, right? In the English. Is there any difference? It's exactly the same. Point of the matter is, you ended up sinning through that wealth, and then you just ended up losing it. You tried to attain it in a sinful way, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trialed you with that very thing. Point number 3, my brothers and my sisters, the third effect of sin is that an individual now, he begins to see a change of attitude from the people around him. Has there been moments, my brothers and my sisters, where we walked out of the house, we got into problems? We come back into the house, it's like a war zone. Bukh, balayo, like madness is going on. We go to our work, again, we're going through humiliation. Are you with me, my brothers and my sisters? We feel like that the whole world is against us. Just the other day, I was telling one of my family relatives, my own family relative, who was complaining to me about this very thing. Because nobody now likes me. Everybody likes my brother. His mum loves him, wallahi, she cries in front of me, telling me how much she loves him, but he just doesn't listen. Walks into the house, everything is going wrong. He walks outside, everything is going wrong. He is trying to get a job, doesn't seem to be happening. Feels like the whole world is against him. Wallahi, he goes, man, I just want to leave and I've had enough of everybody. And this is the same brother who tells me, oh Muhammad, I fell into kada wa kada, I done zina with this sister, and then I done zina that month, and he's laughing about it. And you wonder why? You wonder why everything is going wrong. A change of attitude, my brothers and my sisters, the people around you. Sometimes when things start going wrong, maybe we should ask ourselves, it is because of a sin that I committed. Ibn al-Qayyim, he says, my brothers and my sisters, قَالَ بَعْضُ السَّلَفِ. Some of the Salaf mentioned. And when I say Salaf, my brothers and my sisters, I'm referring to the 3 golden generations. The Sahaba, the Tabi'in, the Tabi'ut Tabi'in. Not somebody who's breathing today. If we want to be people who follow the Messenger of Allah and his companions, we have to look towards them. Not people who are breathing today. على كل حال, he said, قال بعض السلف. Some of the people of the Salaf, the 3 golden generations, they said, إني لأعصي الله وأرى ذلك في دابتي وامرأتي. I disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then all of a sudden I begin to see a change of attitude in my wife and also in what? In my riding animal. Because of a sin that he committed. You go to a marriage, sit down where there's problems, everyone's pointing the finger and the gun at everybody else, right? It's her fault, she done this, she done that, she's like this. Not one time he's going to say, yeah, I've got this issue as well. قد يكون, my brothers and my sisters, sometimes that you feel like everything was going well. Why all of a sudden is there a problem? It could be because you went to the corner shop and you started flirting with the shopkeeper. Or maybe you started looking at something in your phone that you shouldn't be looking at. Or you looked at somebody outside more than once. You glanced one time, that is ma'fuun anhu, that is forgiven the first glance. But you carried on looking. And then you walk in your house, all of a sudden you see the back of your wife. She doesn't want to talk to you. Problems are happening. And you're thinking to yourself, what's wrong with you? Why is there issues? Could be because of what? A sin that you committed.